My friends out there in Facebook, internet land, we are on Twitter and YouTube, a few Facebook pages tonight. Tonight is a special night. I usually do a Patreon only show on Sunday nights, and I start the first 3 or 4 songs publicly, and then we slip into just doing it for Patreon subscribers, and I turn off all those other feeds. Tonight's no different, but tonight it's a special, one of those special nights on Patreon where I'm actually running through the songs that are up and coming on my next record. You're going to hear songs that I have demos of. You're going to hear snippets of songs that yet to be written, but I'm going to be finishing them up in the next few weeks. I've been working on 4 separate songs today, if you can believe it. I'm going to be playing what I have of those, and it'll give you a better understanding of what I go through as a writer when I'm trying to come up with ideas for an album of songs. And this album potentially is going to be a double album with 20 songs. It'll either have 15 or 20 songs. Nothing in between, will be either or. So a few weeks ago, I did the first half of the show, and I played, I think, between 8 and 10 songs. I have it right here in front of me. I played 8 songs. Tonight I'm going to be playing 12 songs, and that will kind of explain what the 20 songs are that I'm looking at and the work I still need to do. I've got about 24 songs or so ready to go. So this is like the tracks, the folk tracks, the band tracks you can see in the strays on the end. This is a list of those songs. I'm going to play one of those songs right now. This is one I'm considering, and it's got a good chance of being on the record. This is $20 Bill for George Floyd. It's the only cover song. It's by Tom Persado Rao. As people are coming in, we'll let this run. The album is gonna be called 55, and it's about the year that I turned 55. And that was the year of the pandemic. Grab a beverage and enjoy yourself. We'll be starting the show in about 5 minutes. Some people die for honor. Some people die for love. I'm gonna go get a drink, y'all. I'll be right back. Some people die while singing to the heavens above. Some people die believing in the cross on Calvary Hill. And some people die in the blink of an eye for a $20 bill. Some people go out in glory. Yeah, with the wind at their back. Some get to tell their own story, write their own epitaph. Sometimes you see it coming. Sometimes you don't know until you run out of breath. The knee on your neck for a $20 bill. Happy birthday, Tara. Oh, brother, I never knew you. Now I know. But I made this promise to you. I remember you still. Take, eat, let this be our communion. It's time to break the bread. Do this in remembrance just like the good book said. Sometimes the wine is a sacrament. Sometimes the blood is just spilled. Sometimes the love is the devil's best drug. The future unfulfilled, like the dream they kill for a $20 bill. This is $20 Bill. It's one of the songs I'm considering for the new album. It's by Tom Rao. Hey, let's start the party here. This is the Patreon All Request Show, specialty show. Hello, everybody. Let's stop that screen right there. Hi, everybody. This is Ellis Paul. I'm at the home office here in Crozet, Virginia, where we broadcast most of the time 3 times a week, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Wednesday is called the Wednesday Weigh-In. That's where we just hang out and chat. I do requests. Friday night, it's a planned show with a theme and a special guest. And I introduce to you up-and-coming artists or some of my peers, my favorite friends and peers on the folk scene. Occasionally, a legend in the folk world will show up as well. So it's a lot of fun, that Friday night show. And that one's called the Traveling Medicine Show. And then on Sunday night, this is for subscribers to my Patreon channel, and they get specialty shows. Like I'll do one of my albums from start to back, or I'll do a night of Beatles songs. And this is one of those specialty shows where I'm talking about the album that I'm going to be working on next year in January and February. It's going to be called 55, and it is about, for the most part, the things that I went through in my 55th year and the things that we all went through. That was the pandemic year. That's why that song is going to be considered. That was George Floyd, Tom Persado Rao's song, $20 Bill, for George Floyd. And if I'm slurring my speech, it's because, not because of the wine I'm sipping, but it's because I had a booster yesterday and I'm still in the yikes of that. And hey, this is the little book. Some of you have seen these things for sale at my show. It's a storyteller's suitcase. And it's also the place where I have my notes on the new album. These songs that are in green are the ones that are finished. And you can see that I've got a list of 20 songs there. I know for sure that the record is going to have at least 15. So the 15 are on the one side are the leading candidates to be on the album. And the 16th, 17th, 18th songs are songs that are maneuvering their way, hovering around the 15 to find a way in. And then there are stray songs in addition. So the album is going to be called 55, again, because I turned 55. But it's also important to me to do a bunch of songs. 20 is overgiving in a way, but I've got a hand condition, and you can see in both hands. It's called Dupuytren syndrome, and 55 works as far as 5 fingers on each hand. I'm going to have my hands worked on. The first one is going to be in February. And I want to just record as many things as I possibly can so that if I can't play like the way I play after I have it treated, that I'll have a record of the way I was playing before. So small chance that they might hit a tendon or a nerve, and then it becomes a serious problem and painful, and I may not be able to play the same way. So anyway, it's not cancer, but that idea of 5 and 5, and 55 is a numerology kind of number. dealing with change. That's why I want it to be either 15 or 20 songs, because I want whatever I do with the record to be in quantities of 5. So yeah, so I'm going to do a few songs publicly here. Thank you if you're tuning in. I know a lot of you guys are Patreon folks as well. And yeah, look at Sean Shipley here, so smart. List $20 bill is song number 20. That is a very good idea. I was thinking of putting it last, but it didn't connect the 20 and the 20. That's great. So I'm going to do another song for you. This is a song that I actually wrote with a dear friend on Patreon, a Patreon member, Will Chapman. Will and I, he's at a level on Patreon where we meet every week and we write songs together and chit chat and do that kind of thing. And he and I wrote a pretty fun song. It's called Kick in the Teeth. It's kind of a humorous, almost country song in the vein of Mississippi John Hurt. It's got that kind of picking style to it. And I'm going to do that song here for you. Just got to get the right stuff to put the lyrics up. He's got potentially 3 songs on the new record. I'll play all 3 of them tonight. I don't know if Will's tuning in. He probably not. He's under the weather. But if you are, here's a song called "Kick in the Teeth." She was leaning against her locker, holding court in a mini skirt. Like a defibrillator shocker, she sent a spark to my heart, but my head kinda hurt. She's a homecoming queen and the running me. I didn't have no date, it's true. I went up and I asked her out. She said, I didn't even think you were straight. Ain't that a kick in the teeth, a knife in the back, the cut so deep, a punch in the gut, a slap in the face? How'd I ever end up in this place? Yes, you broke my heart. I'm all tongue-tied. You poke the last tear out of my eye, nose out of joint, face in the dirt. Darling, there ain't nothing left here to hurt. But there's more here. 3 years later in college, different girl, but the same old guy, that's me. A redhead pumping on a beer keg at a party down at Delta Chi. And I said, would you like to take a walk neath the stars? I hear there's a beautiful view. She said, I can't get drunk enough, it won't be dark enough for me to take a step under the moon with you. Oh, ain't that a kick in the teeth, a knife in the back, the cut so deep, a punch in the gut, slap in the face. How'd I ever end up in this place? Yes, she broke my heart, I'm all tongue-tied. She poked the last tear right out of my eye, nose out of joint, face in the dirt. Darling, there ain't nothing left here to hurt. I always fall head over heels, I'm always the first one to catch the feels. But when I try to close the deal, I feel like a geek. I can barely speak, and I feel like I've got your left feet. Now I'm standing at the altar with a woman who will wear my ring. And I guess I couldn't fault her if she changed her mind, 'cause I'm used to that thing. It's true. 'Cause, let's see, the preacher said, is there anybody here who objects to these wedding vows? Nobody spoke and it seemed like forever, but she still said yes some way, somehow. Here we go now. Ain't that a kick in the teeth? No, that ain't no kick in the teeth. My hope is back and it runs so deep. Butterflies in the gut, smile on my face. How'd I ever end up in this place? She saved my heart, I'm all tongue-tied. Tears of joy flowing out of my eye. I'm weak in the joint, heart's gonna burst. Darling, there ain't nothing left here to hurt. Sometimes it's on your side and sometimes it ain't. Yeah, that's sort of a cutesy song. That's why it's on that sort of maybe not kind of list. Kind of song that I'd want to send out to some country artists that wanted a little bit of humor on their... But God, I love that chorus. Ain't that a kick in the teeth, a knife in the back, the cut so deep, punch in the gut, slap in the face. How'd I ever end up in this place? She broke my heart, I'm all tongue-tied. She took the last tear right out of my eye. Nose out of joint, face in the dirt. Darling, there ain't nothing left here to hurt. So yeah, silly as hell, and it doesn't have anything to do with the theme, except maybe you're looking back at your life when you're 55, which a lot of these songs absolutely do. But that one, I love everything about it. It's cute, it's funny, it's got a great guitar part that I love playing. So let's do another one here. This one is a song I wrote for Laurie. It's called Everyone Knows It Now. Lisa Malay Cookson is there watching in Augusta, Maine. Want to say hi to you. You know how much I love Hollowell and Slates. That's it. All right. So, been working on this all weekend. I'm giving myself December to edit the songs, get them playable, malleable, work on fixing anything that needs to be improved. Yeah. This is Everybody Knows It Now. Hey, you're always the first to laugh. You're always the last to crash, making sure everyone's happy. You're old school, you don't want to take things fast. You want the moment to last. You sip your spirits slowly. Oh, you're a songbird at a festival. You landed on my shoulder, sang these words into my ear. I want you, I need you, I'll take you, everyone knows it now. I want to, I need to be with you, everyone knows it now. And you say, we're gonna work it out. A dream can't be built on doubt. We'll build a house to come home to. Let's see where else. I know youth always on the run. I flew too close to the sun, and look how love comes from the ashes. Oh, you're a songbird at a festival. You landed on my shoulder, sang the song right in my ear. I want you, I need you, I'll take you, everyone knows it now. I want to, I need to be with you, everyone knows it now. Everyone knows it now. Ooh. I want to, I need to, I'll take you, everyone knows it now. I want to, need to be with you, everyone knows it now. Something like that. Again, these are songs that are unfinished, so you're going to hear them with words that will change and even occasionally chord changes that will change. Hey, tonight, by the way, we're going to be naming two of my guitars. A classical guitar that I just had set up and repaired. This is a Yamaha. Yeah, a little, it's got a nice little tone to it. Occasionally just want that kind of pokiness of a classical. Anyway, if you go over, sign up on Patreon, you'll have an opportunity to put your vote in for the naming it. And this is a guitar that Christian Bush just gave me, and it's a monster. Yeah. I'll just turn this a little bit. I don't know what to call this one, so we're going to talk about it online. But this is a beautiful guitar made by a luthier down in Georgia. All right. That would be, we'll do that around the half hour at around 8:30. Let's get this in here properly. All right, let's see. So I played two songs. I want to cross those songs off, by the way, in our old bling, bling, bling here. Let's see. I'm going to play a song. Let's see. We'll say, get this out of the way. I'll tell you what, I'll do another one of the songs I was working on today. I got a song I'm really excited about here, and it's called the Reverie. I've only got like a shaky verse and a fairly played out chorus for you. So it's only a verse and a chorus. This is James, this guitar. Cobblestone streets, I watched my feet making their way to the bar. In a candlelight corner, I saw your face. I was wondering who you are. Love comes in gold, comes in blues, but it's too short a word for us. Could never capture the stardust in us. I tripped, I fell for you, like a tumbling melody, caught by a rhapsody, a reverie, a reverie. I'll play that again. Cobblestone streets, I followed my feet, standing somewhere at the bar. In a candlelit corner, I saw your face. I was wondering who you are. Love comes in golds, comes in blues, but it's too short a word for us. Doesn't capture the stardust in us. I tripped, I fell for you, like a tumbling melody, caught in a rhapsody, a reverie, a reverie. Yeah. I think Relative Time Works has a little name for this one. He thinks, or she thinks, I'm not sure if it's he or she, he thinks the face on a corner. I think the reverie is what I'd like, because it's talking about in the chorus, I just kind of found my way into this, like a word that's a little bit more, I don't know, pronounced than, not pronounced verbally, but pronounced meaning-wise, a little bigger than love, like a reverie, a rhapsody, a melody, something a little bit like that. But that chorus, love comes in golds, comes in blue, but it's too short a word for us, doesn't capture the stardust in us. I tripped, I fell for you, like a tumbling melody, caught by a rhapsody, a reverie, a reverie. All right, we got a lot of love songs on this record, which is cool. Haven't done a ton of love songs on previous records. Just that's one, generally an album, but I think this one might have 3 or 4 of them. I think, the Reverie, I think is going to be the name of it. Let's cross some of these things off here. Let's see. So I can see how we're making progress. All right, so we got, in this earlier version of this, we did a song called Lori's Song, so that was the one previous to this. I'll just skip over here. So this is it. We are working on all of this stuff, song by song by song by song. Let's try another one that I was working on today. This is another one there's the book. Totally infectious guitar part, which I love. And I don't know if I'm going to play much more than the guitar part. I'm still working on the words and all. But I think it's about happy mistakes. Mistakes that are life-threatening in the moment they're happening, you think, in your heart and mind. But then it leads to changes and windows opening, doors opening, and Yeah, so that's what this one's gonna be called. Here's the guitar part. There have been days when I fell to my knees, thanking God for ignoring me. Even trouble that's good, let's see, trouble can turn out good, even when you think you never could. Da da da. Take you through into that swing of that. There have been days when I fell to my knees, and I should thank heaven for ignoring me, 'cause trouble can turn out good, even when you think you never could. Da-da-da. Yeah, that's what that song I think is going to be on the record. I need tempo. One reason why I need that to be, and I don't know. This is what's interesting to me. Like I've been watching snippets of the Beatles thing. I haven't gone out and gotten the Disney Plus subscription because it's $13 a month, and I'm like, I've already got all these subscriptions, but I should probably get it because it's so great. But watching McCartney sit with his guitar in his lap, just singing gobbledygook, which is exactly what I did all day. And over time, the idea comes and flows. And that's another song that I'm writing with Mr. Will Chapman. And that one's got I think, because it's exuberant in a way that's beautiful. And I think it needs to be on the album, so I need to finish that one. I'm going to finish them all and, again, take another look at them. So this is how it's looking. Again, I crossed some of these things out. Hey, I'm going to say goodnight to you folks here on Facebook. If you want to hear more of the show, you got to go sign up over on Patreon. It's only $1 a month. Thanks for tuning in, though, and thank you for all the support throughout the pandemic and throughout the years. Lost a good friend of mine over the weekend, Scott Alaric, and lost a folk legend, Mr. Bill Staines. I would have loved to have him on the Traveling Medicine show, but he's been sick for a while, and I never got him on the show, but he was one of the people I opened up for early on, and his music had a profound impact on the way he performed, pulling people in, getting people to sing on choruses. So yes, please do sign up for Patreon, and thank you, folks, for tuning in tonight. We'll see you, folks, on the Patreon side. I'm going to say goodnight to the first page. This is the Ellis Paul page on Patreon, or on Facebook. Good night, Facebook. And next, I'm going to save changes, and now I'm going to say goodnight to Ellis Paul Music and more on Facebook. Go on over to Patreon and sign up, and you can see the rest of the show. Good night over there on Facebook. Cheers to you. And now to Twitter. Same thing, folks. You want to see more of the show, get over there onto patreon.com, just patreon.com/Ellis Paul. In the description of this video, you can see where to sign up. Thanks for watching. Cheers. And then lastly, Twitch, where we have almost next to nobody watching, but we're going to take you guys off as well. All right, now it's just me and the Patreon crowd. Nice to see you all. Here's to you. Thank you again. Laurie and I got our boosters yesterday, so she's knocked flat by it. I'm just groggy, and I gotta say, when I got the first 2 shots, it totally wiped me out. So I am thrilled that I'm just groggy and not feeling sick at all. So, yeah. Anyway, you guys are tuning in to this moment where you're seeing unfinished songs. And, yeah. So let me see. What else I got here? Oh, I've got a new piano song. It's not so new. It happened to be written about 2 years ago. It was before the pandemic. I was doing a show in Maine with Red Molly. So I'm going to do that song for you now. Still, I just call it the piano riff right now. But I love the way it sounds. So, and I'll making the table rise so I have this new studio desk that's amazing. It can go as high as I want it to go, so I can stand as I'm working, which is really great. But I'm going to sit, I guess, so I can get to the pedal. Let's see what we got here. Let's do it up here. Here we go. I don't know what this is about, but it sounds real good to me. I thought I'd write it about my kids missing history. Oh, I don't know what it's about, what it's about. So I spent 2 hours just playing that over and over and over today, and I don't have a firm idea, but I was thinking about writing it about, kids not being able to be in school and how like a part of their lives was taken away, and then they couldn't socialize with people except online, and yeah, that's what I was thinking. But it's a pretty piano part, and I don't have a lot of those. So one reason that it's hard for me to play piano is because of this finger. I have to play around it constantly, and it's like working with two weeders in a garden, you know. But let's take that one out. All right, that's the piano riff. Here's a song called Compass. I'm going to share this with you online. Video. It's not. Whoops, not a video file. Let me get out of that. I'll share it with you on my screen. I'm hoping that when I share my screen with you guys that you get the good sound quality. I think you do. So there we go. Let's see. There's a lot here on this part of it. Here's one that's called Tattoo Lady. No, here we go. We'll go with Who We Are. I like this song a lot, and I think it's going to be on the record. I wrote it with Abby Gardner.
Did you do that driving thing that you were doing?
Yeah, kind of. I think for it to come down, we both have to come down in that part.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, we can stop sharing now.
For it to fly.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to try one more? Or how's...
So that was a song I wrote with Abby Gardner and the Rough. Again, like these are recorded on my cell phone for the most part, not even on the studio. Before they graduate to my home studio, I record them on my phone and live with them in the car, and that way I can kind of refine ideas before it gets to the point where I'm putting them up on my home studio and recording them with good microphones and things like that. So if the quality is bugging you, that's why. But to me, like, that's where some of the magic lies, in some of that lo-fi ness of it all. Here's another one. This is Stone in the Water. Some of you have heard me do this. I think it was shared by Karen as it's one of the Wednesday things as well. And so we'll get back to the share screen here. Let me know if you guys are hearing this well. And the share screen thing, is the volume working? Can you understand words and things? I'm not sure that you're not just hearing the microphones. This is a song about the environment.
To save his cattle, the rancher raid is just gone. Put the wolf in the crosshairs, pulled the trigger, the deed was done. With the last wolf gone, the elk herd grew too large for the land to hold. Their hunger tore through saplings, they rose in the winter snow. Stone in the water, ripple in the sea. Everything's connected, everything you see. Spring came with saplings gone. Beaver couldn't dam their waters, nor make the pools where salmon spawned and fed the rancher's daughters. He cursed the dams at the river bend. That night the water changed direction and swept the cattle barn away. You can't teach a river a lesson. Stone in the water, ripple in the sea. Everything's connected, everything you see. Without the new trees, songbirds flew, beaver left their home. The elk were starving at forest edge, and the river held only stones. The rancher killed the last gray wolf, on land he claimed his own. Now he stands upon a river bend, watching circles thrown by stones. Watching circles thrown by stones. Stones in the water, ripple in the sea. Everything's connected, everything you see. Stones in the water, ripples in the sea. Everything's connected, everything you see. Everything you see.
And of course, if let me just close that. And of course, if these songs don't end up on the new album, it's okay, because they're going to be available to you anyway in some form. You guys, because you're part of Patreon, you get recordings. You're going to get these demos and a lot of the stuff that I'm playing for you that other people won't get, and you'll be getting the album. So it's extraordinary what Patreon has opened my life to. And I'm still going to have to do a little fundraiser, I think, because I have enough money to live off of, despite the pandemic. But I don't have enough money to put out a record. So Karen and I and all my peeps, Laurie included, are going to be talking about ways to do a fundraiser early next year and maybe we'll be doing sort of a rush for Patreon subscribers, and yeah, we'll see. But that's one of the songs, and it's very folky to me. It has a folky approach and a folky message, and it might be good to have a song like that on the record simply because it's stripped down and I would just do it with my guitar and vocal just like that. All right, let's see. I'm crossing off all the songs. There's a song called Cool Flame. I don't know which version I have here, but I'm going to share this one as well. I wrote this with Dan Navarro and Laurie, and so it's got some legs. I don't know that it's going to make the album, but it's in the running. If we go to 20, it probably will. I love the guitar part.
She kicks off her shoe. She brings me light in the morning. And who am I to refuse? Like a wizard without warning.
These lyrics have been changed.
Pulling rabbits from her sleeve, and the tempest that is full can make a man believe she's a cool flame, a paper to her fire. A heat wave, electrical wave.
All right, that's Cool Flame. I've changed the lyrics quite a bit to that. Dan and I had a second writing session on it, and but you get the vibe. It's got a very interesting and lovely guitar part. I won't repeat it here for you, but that's also in the making. Karen is asking me, what about When Angels Fall? And that's hovering in, as one of the Stray songs that I'm keeping my eye on. A lot of the record is, do you put up on heavy songs, even if they have to be, you see how that's number one on the Strays? When Angels Fall is about school shootings, and it seems like every few months we have one, and the song just doesn't want to go away. But a song like that I feel like it can weigh down an album as well, and so I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. And maybe what I'll do is, if I only do 15 songs, maybe I'll put out another version of the Traveling Medicine Show with the original songs that are Strays. We'll find out. Lots to think about, but I think that's a great song. I won't play it now, but that is also one of the ones that I'm looking at. Here's one called Rockwell on Monhegan that I wrote with Will Chapman again. It's about Rockwell Kent, the artist.
I climbed the cliffs and stood my knees on Monhegan. Above the skiffs, I brushed my pain against the sky. The canvas disappeared before me. The ocean colored my eyes. The island lights herself before me. The shadows on her falling lines. In the afterglow, the sun glows. Shadows cross the world, gold across the meadow. The blue light of twilight. The fishermen return from the sea.
This is Monhegan Island
Breaking the stillness of the water.
by Rockwell Kent.
They return to their wives and daughters.
All right, y'all. That was Rockwell on Monhegan. This is a really pretty song, and Monhegan Island means a lot to me because of the my history there with all the trips I've taken there. And Rockwell Kent was one of the most well-known illustrators of the 20th century, but he was also a communist, and he got caught up in the Red Scare. He was also part of the free love movement, so he was pushing buttons in the wrong directions quite a lot in the 30s and 40s and 50s. And he had a former mistress come out to the island to stay with he and his wife, and she was a socialite from New York City, and in the course of her staying with him, she fell off the cliffs and died, and no one's sure if it was nefarious or suicide. It wasn't Rockwell Kent. He was off island when it all happened, giving a lecture somewhere. But it's under, we'll just put it as a mystery. And so I wanted to write all of that in, and Will Chapman, who wrote that with me, he was on our last trip to Monhegan Island, and so we wrote that together, and I love his paintings. His paintings are phenomenal. So, all right. So, I'm taking notes as you guys are talking, and like Karen's mentioning "When Angels Fall," which I think is a great song. If I put every song that's on the page right here that I'm considering, there would be 25 songs. I just don't know that I can. That's a lot of music, and I was thinking of the Beatles in the context of the Beatles, that the White Album has 32 songs on it, but those songs are like 3 or 4 minutes long, and none of them were, well, they were heavy. Some of them were heavy, but they weren't like 4 or 5 minutes long, and they weren't heavy topic-wise in a way that can be weighty. So I don't know. I don't think I can get away with 25. I don't even know if I can get away with 20. They just have to be they all have to just melt together well. That's why I think I should just go ahead and record them all, and then make my decisions after that. And maybe I'll swing back through and talk to you folks about it and see if I can get some feedback. Certainly I'll talk to Karen about it. And yeah, it's hard. It's hard to choose, The next song is one that Karen gave you guys on the Wednesday night, Wednesday archival. Every Wednesday, Karen puts up something from the archive, and this song's called Rodeo Clown. I don't know why it never made it onto anything, but I love it. Here it is.
There's a storm cloud rising on the edge of town. Whoa, whoa. I'm standing here with no fear, like a rodeo clown. Whoa, whoa. 'Cause I'm ready when the bulls come running. Shake that cowboy right loose from his cage. Tell the band to kick that drum and start strumming. 'Cause I'm ready for my rock and roll play, yeah. Yeah, yeah. There's a cyclone blowing down the weather vanes, whoa, whoa. I'll stand a while with a clown smile and brace for change, whoa.
Shake like cowboys riding loose from their cage.
Alabama, kick that drum and start strumming. 'Cause I ain't ready for my rock and roll play. Yeah.
Alice Pauling.
Yeah, I gotta say I love that one. I don't know that that was written a long time ago, and for some reason just never made the cut on any record. But this is the beautiful thing about having an archive of music, and sometimes you just miss songs. You know, you're not fully attentive, and songs get lost in the mix, and then suddenly that recording pops up somewhere, and you're like, oh God, I completely forgot about that. And it has such great energy to it. So, you know, I've got my work cut out for me. We have listened to 19 songs, guys. This is all the songs we've listened to. The ones with the check marks are the ones that we've listened to between the two shows for the album songs that I want to put on the record. You can see that I've got one called You Ain't From These Parts, Life Well Lived, a song called Turntable, which was on the vinyl version of Chasing Beauty. When Angels Fall is over there, right over there. And I'm going to play you, the next one is Tattoo Lady. The reason why this was a character sketch. It was a song that was written on a prompt with my songwriting students, and I guess because it's fictional, I think it's a good song. Laurie loves this song, but for some reason, it doesn't feel personal to me. It doesn't fall into that idea of what happened during my 55th year, 2020, 2021. Whereas Rodeo Clown is about being confident and confronting storms when they come your way. So I can see that one coming in and being part of it in a way that's important. Not all the songs have to fit into the theme, of course. It's not going to be that tight of a theme, but I'm going to have 4 or 5 songs that talk about it directly. And 55 mentions losing John Prine and the virus shutting down our touring life, and talks about the virus rushing through us all. And Mean World 2020 goes month by month by month through the whole pandemic from January to December. Somebody suggested Trouble in Lincoln Town for my song about January 6th. That's going to be on there, and then $20 Bill. So those, I think that was 5 songs. Those 5 songs will all deal with the pandemic. And so it's a bit of history in a good way. Those songs are heavy, but they're also dynamic and fun to listen to. So let's listen to Tattoo Lady here.
I am a canvas, a portrait of madness. I let the needle prick my skin. I am a painting, a story in waiting. Turn on the buzzer, let the ink kick in. There's a show time. I'm the painted lady, the circus freak. It's no crime. Gaze at the spectacle of my physique.
That's supposed to be a needle. Ding, 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 ding.
I am a serpent, drawn at the current, rising on my calf around my thigh. I likeness of Moses in a city of roses, holding his staff up to the sky. There's a show time.
lights go down, there's not a sound. It's just another town.
There is a gangster, he is a prankster, hanging with a pistol like a necklace charm. There is a dancer on my shoulder, I can hold her when I close my arms. Showtime, I'm a pretty lady, the circuit is free, it's no harm. The case of the spectacle of the sea.
All right, y'all, that's Tattoo Lady, which, again, doesn't quite fall into the theme. And I'm speaking in her voice. And so it's you know, it's hard. You guys are probably starting to glaze over as well from the choice. It's option paralysis at this point. But it's a good problem to have. I'm lucky. So this one, I don't know what to do with this song as well. It's called You Ain't From These Parts. I'll just do a couple verses of this. So you ain't from these parts, you're traveling America's streets. If you want to cross the mountains and back roads, you better know how the locals speak. Cause every town's got a secret language for every fishing hole and creek. You meet the devil down at the crossroads, you better know how the locals speak. Nagadoche sounds like a mouthful, Kachewit sounds like a sneeze. And if you slur the town of Schenectady, the sheriff's gonna take your keys. Oh, it's Worcester, not Worcester. It's a town, it ain't a sauce. And it goes on like that. So you ain't from these parts, you're traveling America's streets. If you want to cross the mountains and back roads, you better know how the locals speak. One of the things I was thinking of doing is doing a full-on production album and then doing a real folk record where it's just me and the guitar. Which make the choices different. Let's just do a couple more songs here for you. We've got now 21 songs that I've played over the course of this. That's right, Scarlett. Totally right. She's saying you need to put Leominster in that song. I should. You're right. This is another one. This is called Life Well Lived. What is a life well lived? Is it a house with a yard and a couple of kids? One man minivan. Ah, what is a life well lived? Is it a house with a yard and a couple of kids? A minivan. A one-man Disneyland. Laughing at the memories. Laughing at the what will be. It starts with once upon a time. Happy ever after is the last line. And what falls between is a never-ending movie scene. You're living on a balance beam, living in a waking dream. La 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 la. So that is a snippet of A Life Well Lived, which I wrote with Abby Gardner, which could be, again, that could be a good song because it's about looking back at your life. What is a life well lived? It's pretty. And then there's this one. That's the When Angels Fall. Let me get that out of the book so I know it. I'm trying to remember it. All right, go all the way back here to the W's. This will be the last song of the night, folks. Here from you guys. I've got a gun, I've got a message. I'll let the bullets speak for me. And when I'm done, show you the wreckage. You'll put my face up on TV. Are you gonna fight? Fight for your guns? Or fight for your children? Your children. Are you gonna fight? Fight, fight. There it is. Fight for your
Fight for your children. Your children. When angels fall, does anybody hear them at all? I'll do one more verse. The president says, let's give guns to teachers. Like Mrs. Haskell in PE. She's a good shot when she's shooting baskets. How's she gonna stand against an AR-15? Are you gonna fight? Are you gonna fight? Fight for your guns? Or fight for your children? Your children. Are you gonna fight? Fight for your guns. Fight for your children. Your children. When angels fall, does anybody hear them at all? So that is When Angels Fall. Needs a rewrite, I think, to be up to date, but and Tara, what are you saying? Are you saying that When Angels Fall should be on the record, or the one previous? Let me know. Who thinks that has promise? Yeah, it's got a great guitar part. I stole the key to my daddy's fortress. I filled up a duffel bag with magazines, and I'm on my way through the trees of the suburbs. And if you stare me down like a statue, how are you gonna get in my way? Are you gonna fight? Fight for your guns, or fight for your children. Oh, your children. Are you gonna fight? Fight for your guns, or fight for your children. Your children. When angels fall, does anybody hear them at all? All right, I hear you. Getting a lot of positive messages from you guys that I need to flesh that out. And I tell you what, I'll put it in a slot here. Put it over here. All right, there it is. It's now number 19. I need to find, there's some Cool Flame, number 14, and number 15 piano song are rickety. Everything from 13 on up is going to be on the record. So I need 20, 14, and either got to finish the piano song. And then I have these other ones, What is Life Well Lived, Turntable, which I haven't played for you folks. When Angels Fall, yeah. Turntable's the only one that I haven't played. Let me see if I can find it here in my, see if it's here in my, it would be under T. See if I can find it. Oh, you know, I know where it is.
I'll find it for us. We'll do it like this. One more song, guys, and then we'll be done. I'm taking you to Song Space, where I keep all of my archive of songs. And I just put turn in here and press go. And turntable. Okay, we'll go one word, table. There it is. All right, I'm going to play this one for you. Whoa, let's see, where are you? There you are. Okay, I'm going to share screen. This is the last song. This one is was on the vinyl version of Chasing Beauty, so only 500 people have ever heard it in any kind of significant way. And this is it, Turntable.
At 6 o'clock she's spinning, Patsy Cline and Dylan. The elevator's broken, her door's cracked wide open. Round and round it goes, turntable. Round and
I wrote this with Seth Clear,
turntable.
and he's playing piano.
At 7, half sober, she turns the record over. A bottle for the landmines, a needle for the groove line. Round and round it goes, turntable. Round and round it goes, turntable. She swears someday she'll run, but someday never comes, never comes. Door slams at midnight, a stranger in the red light. Music turns to screaming, sex and fights and pleading. Round and round it goes, turntable. Round and round it goes, turntable. At 1 a.m. he's leaving, I hear footsteps on the ceiling. And music, crying in the twilight, don't think twice, it's alright. Round and round it goes, turntable. Round and round it goes, turntable. Round and round it goes, turntable. Round and round it goes, turntable.
Well, You know, there are even more songs than that, but that's 25 songs that I've played for you guys. So, and there are still a few others. One of them is another song that was only on that vinyl record, We Belong to the River. I wrote that around, Barbara Emerson is asking when I wrote it, and I wrote it around the time of Chasing Beauty, and it didn't make the record on the Storyteller's Suitcase and on Chasing Beauty, but I put it on the vinyl version of Chasing Beauty. We added some songs there because we had a lot more space. So, and maybe that's how I do it. Maybe the CD only has 80 minutes worth of material, and a record can hold longer than that if it's a double album. So it's one of these things. Do I break it into a double record and put 10 songs in each record? Is that too much? Do I just go with 15? Or do I go 10 and 10 and 10 and just, put out 3 records, every 6 months? There's a lot of ways to do this. And thank you guys for sitting through all of this with me. I know it was a lot to listen through too. But that's where I am with things. And still a lot of stuff to think about. And yeah, so your feedback is essential. And you kicked When Angels Fall off of the Stray list tonight. That was the main thing that happened. And so thank you for that. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you again for joining me. It's a pleasure to be able to share my music with you, especially this group of people. Thank you so much. And we'll talk soon. Cheers.